really don't have to go very far for foraging today, do we?
Certainly don't. This is absolutely amazing.
It's like an ocean of Allium ursinum, which is better known as wild garlic or ramsons. So it's a fantastic plant, and we've got literally tons of it growing down here on Gower. This is a secret spot. Nobody else knows about this, so don't tell anyone. Okay.
I know now.
Anyway, it's an amazing plant. It's not around for very long, so you've got a very short window of about maybe a month and a half really to pick it. So when it starts coming out of the ground, and you can kind of use it in lots of different recipes. You can use it in the same way as things like spring onions, or as a milder form of garlic. You can just add it to soups, you can add it to salads, pestos.
Pesto's amazing. I made a pesto. I will do the video, guys. The garlic, wild garlic pesto is absolutely amazing. And the whole thing, you don't even have to have like pine nuts, because we can find substitutes, and the whole freshness of that is just amazing. You can do
it
so
is
much.
incredible stuff.
I can smell it just by sitting here. It's something like, you got to love garlic. I absolutely adore garlic, and I'm growing a lot of garlic in my allotment, because it's just, I think, like, even as like a survival food, just the preppers food, you have to have a lot of garlic, and to be able to harvest so much of this for free, and then to be able to preserve it, I think that's absolutely brilliant.
I was told this costs a lot of money if you have to buy it. I've never had to buy it, but
no,
it
not
also,
surprised.
There's a lot, but it doesn't really travel very well. You've literally got to use it the same day. It just kind of wilts very quickly.
But we can dehydrate it though.
We can.
And make a wild garlic salt.
What else? Oh yes, so you can salt it, you can ferment it, you can do loads of things.
But I think the garlic salt, I think that was the one thing I will be making very, really soon. After we've picked the whole sea of that, I think I'll be making some pestos, and I will, guys, do the video, and I will make a garlic salt as well.
This
and I'll be
sounds
sharing
absolutely
something with
amazing.
You. Yeah.
And the other bit I like to use are the flowers before they open up. You know, those little tiny buds.
I must say, I've never eaten the flowers.
Go on, try one.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a spring onion with
it's really
garlic taste.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a hit.
I've got no idea. Oh my god! Do you know if you do like a deep fry this?
Yeah, you can.
In a little like a little butter.
Make little fritters.
Oh my god!
That would be good. Oh yeah. What I do, because I make a wild garlic and nettle soup. It's like my signature dish.
Yeah.
And I toast those and sprinkle them on the top, and they are just amazing.
That is actually super tasty. Super tasty. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I should be making a little recipe. Well, thank you so much for showing us around here. We shall start picking.
Just don't tell anyone, okay?
I won't, I promise I won't.
All right, you promise this isn't going on the internet or anything? Okay, that's all right then.
Of course it is, of course it is. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Let's get some picking, and I'm sure
I'll help you pick some, shall I?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. So guys, and here we are, look at this. This is absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful for Andrew to take us here to show me all of this. As we said, I'm going to pick a lot of garlic, and I'm going to share with you loads of recipes and the best way of preserving this. The times are tough right now, guys, and if you think we have this on our doorstep, or many of us do anyway, so if I can pick a lot of this garlic, we can make a lot of pesto, we can make a lot of salt, something we can preserve for really, really long time, and it's basically costing us absolutely nothing. So I shall start picking. It's so great. So guys, we're now back at home after picking the wild garlic with Andrew. So first things first, I'm going to show you obviously how to make the wild garlic pesto, how I make it. There's many variations of, you can basically tailor the recipe to your own liking, but first things first, you have to make sure that your garlic is thoroughly washed. Like with any food preservations, guys, I always tell you, make sure the produce is good and properly washed. Secondly, I am using some whole macadamia nuts. I have 2 packets of 100 grams. It's approximately 300 grams of leaves in here. You don't have to, guys, you don't have to use macadamia nuts or pine nuts. Pine nuts are extremely expensive. There are substitutes. You can use walnuts. You can pretty much use any nuts you like, or you don't have to use any at all. The word pesto basically means crush, so traditional Italian pesto made with the basil, pine nuts, olive oil and Parmesan cheese. So first things first, guys, I'm going to open those guys up and I'm going to roast them briefly in air fryer for about 7 minutes to bring out the nuttiness. I know, sounds a bit ironic, but yeah, nuttiness in the nuts, so get them in. Right, in they go. So here they are. I've taken the insert because I just want them in the bottom. I'm going to put them on for, I'll do probably 200 degrees for 5 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. I can also extend that if needed. Just want them to just toast up a little bit. and off we go. We just wait. So guys, the nuts are ready. Literally 5 minutes. They change the color slightly, so, and you can smell them. Smell absolutely amazing. So they're ready. Let me get this away quickly. So guys, we're now ready to make the pesto. As I've mentioned, the traditionally pesto does contain Parmesan cheese, but Parmesan cheese is very expensive. And to be fair, I've made this pesto and I never really added on cheese because generally when I serve this later with pasta, I add on cheese on top anyway. And because we're trying to make the best of the 3 ingredients we have growing, and as I said to you guys earlier, even using a nut, you really don't have to. The garlic, it's got such a freshness in it. It's just so amazing. A little bit of olive oil and just crushed garlic leaves themselves. It is absolutely perfect. Anyway, so we're moving on now. I've got my food processor and it's as simple as, guys, adding on our nuts. We're gonna add on our garlic. Let me just break this up a little bit. I'm gonna crush the nuts first, actually. It is, you can have this as the consistency you prefer, genuinely, because the original pesto is made with pestle and mortar, so the nuts will never get to the really tiny crummy consistency. You still should have a little chunks of it, but again, it is personal preference. So excuse the noise for a second. Okay, that should be done. Okay, there's still a few big chunks in there, but we're going to crush that all together now. Perfect. Get them in. I didn't bother drying out neither. Probably should have done, but never mind. Okay. We're going to add on a good pinch of salt. Garlic and salt, absolute must. Okay, we're now going to add on a lot of olive oil. Again, when you cook, guys, you can add on olive oil afterwards as well, but we need this to mix together and we need this to preserve it in the freezer as well. So, let's get that together. And I think we should be done. Let's have a final look. Make sure there's no massive chunks of garlic in there. That looks pretty good to me. So our pesto is ready. Let me get this at the back. So I'm going to get this out. And this should be the same as normal pesto consistency, guys. Again, you can add on more olive oil either now or later. It freezes so good. You can put this in a normal Ziploc bag or in a plastic container. As long as it's airtight, it should be fine. Plastic container is better. You're less likely to get, kind of say freezer burn. You still get a little bit of freezer burn on that, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, it is messy, guys. It does look really messy. However, look at that color. Look, see how beautiful this is? So literally, this is as simple as that. And I say to you guys once again, if you don't have nuts, you don't have to spend money on nuts because they're stupidly expensive. That is absolutely fine. Fresh garlic, a little bit of cheese, it's just absolutely yummy. I won't be bothered freezing this because we'll be having this for dinner today. And yes, guys, so hopefully you find this video interesting and helpful. It's perfect timing now. We still have probably another good couple of weeks for the garlic. So if you have an opportunity or you maybe want to make an opportunity to go and pick some, I certainly think I would like to go and pick some more and literally create a lot of this and freeze that. Just imagine, guys, if you think this was about 300 grams, and this is probably good, to be fair, probably a couple of portions, so I probably end up freezing a little bit of this. But just imagine if you pick a couple of kilos, you can make yourself enough food to freeze and have plenty of meals pretty much for free. So please go find an opportunity, go and pick some wild garlic and make this delicious recipe. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.